Hello students, I welcome you all to this English video session. Today we will be studying tenses. Let's see what is tense. Tense denotes the time of action as well as the state. Tense is of three types: present tense, past tense and future tense. So the first tense is present tense, under which comes present simple. What's the rule of present simple? Subject plus verb, and the first form of verb that we are going to use with it. Okay, we use present simple when we are talking about habits and routine. When we are talking about facts. For example, I play football every day. This is a routine that he plays football every day. And we are talking about facts. For example, she works as a trainer. That's a fact about her life. Okay. So we can see a difference that we are using here, but here we are not using yes. You can see the difference here. We are using yes here and we are not using yes. You have to remember that I, we, you, they, we do not write the word yes with the verb. He, she, it, we always add yes with a verb. Okay, keep this in mind. The next is present continuous tense. So the rule for present continuous tense, subject plus is, am, or, and first form of verb that we adding ing to it. How do we get to know that? Where do we use is, am, or? It's very simple. With I, we use am. With he, she, it, we use is. With you, we, they, we use are. Okay. Present continuous tense is actions which are happening right now. We are speaking. For example, they are having lunch. I am singing at church today. Another way of using it is we talking about changes taking place right now. For example, the stocks are dropping constantly due to the economy. The next is present perfect tense. The rule for present perfect tense is subject plus has, have plus verb, past participle, third form of verb. Here, with I, you, we, they, we use have. With he, she, it, we use has. So present perfect is used when we are talking about experiences and when we are talking about recent actions and events. For example, she has watched that show 3 times this week. So this is the experience of it during the week. The next example, he has drunk tea. So this is a recent action. Next, present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous is used when we are talking about actions that started in the past and are still continuing. And the rule for present perfect continuous is subject plus has, have, has been plus verb, first form of verb, ing form. For example, it has been raining since 4 a.m. He has been playing football since he was a child. So, this is the action which started in the past and it's still going. Okay. The next, the next tense is past tense. Past tense under which comes past simple. So we use past simple when we are talking about completed actions in the past. The rule for past simple subject plus verb, and we use the third form of verb here. Okay. Example sentence: He played violin. So this is the example of simple past tense. So you have to remember that with irregular verb, there are no rules for making them in their past form. For example, come, come, come. Eat, ate, eaten. Go, went, gone. So we do not adding the word ed with words like eat, went. We do not write eat, we always turn it into, we use the word ate, right? For example, he ate an apple. The next is past continuous tense. Past continuous is used when we are talking about an unfinished ongoing action in the past, and with that we also mention finished action. Rule for past continuous is subject plus was, were, and verb that we are using ing. So how do we get to know that where do we use have to use a was or where do we have to use verb? It's very simple. We use I, he, she, it. We use was, and with you, we, they, we use were. For example, when the phone rang, she was writing a letter. In the second example, we were sitting outside while the planes were flying overhead. The next is past perfect. The rule for past perfect is subject plus had plus verb. Past participle, we use third form of verb. For example, she has met him before the party. Then second example, the plane had left by the time I got to the airport. And the next, the past perfect continuous. So where do we use past perfect continuous? We use past perfect continuous when we are talking about a continuous action in the past before another finished action. The rule for it is subject plus had been plus verb ing form. For example, I had been working at the company for 5 years when I got the promotion. So here the finished action is I got the promotion. I had been working at the company for 5 years. Is the continuous action in the past. Okay, then next example. Mithila had been walking 3 miles a day before she broke her leg. So here the finished action is she broke her leg, and the continuous action in the past before the finished action. And next, Mithila had been walking 3 miles a day. Okay, the next, future tense. So in future tense, the first form is future simple. And the rule for it is subject plus will, shall plus the first form of verb. For example, he will come here tomorrow. And the second example, he will go to England in the next week. The next is future continuous. We use future continuous when we are talking about ongoing actions in the future. And rule for it is subject plus will be plus verb ing. For example, Eric will be running a marathon this Saturday. They will be making preparations for their exams. So, this ongoing actions in the future. The next is future perfect. Future perfect is used when we are talking about completed actions in the future. The rule for it is subject plus will have plus we use verb third form. For example, mom will have cooked our favorite meal. And the second one, the plant will have grown by then. So this is a completed action in the future. The next is future perfect continuous tense. So we use future perfect continuous when we are talking about ongoing actions in the future, but when the duration is also mentioned. And the rule for it is subject plus will have been and verbs we use ing with it. For example, at 5 o'clock, I will have been waiting for 30 minutes. Example, second example, in November, I will have been working at my company for 3 years. So here the duration is mentioned 30 minutes, 3 years. So this is the duration. So, my dear students, so with this we come to the end of the lesson. I hope that you all understood it. Thank you, everyone.